Hey there, Chelsea here, MonarchAlley. I am a vintage lover, thrifter, and part-time reseller, and today I have finally the conclusion, the belated conclusion of my $20 to $1,000 series. So if you are new to this series, it actually started in the beginning of summer 2022, where I made a sale on Facebook Marketplace and the buyer gave me $20 cash. It gave me the idea to see how far this cash could go. Now remember, I am a part-time reseller, and honestly, in like June, July, August, September, I haven't been even listing consistently, but I have been actively sourcing for this $1,000 challenge and listing as best as I can given my family's crazy schedule. So I imagine for most people, it wouldn't take quite so long to get to 1,000, but it's still really neat to see that even someone doing it super part-time can make $1,000 after just starting with $20. In all, I was able to make $1,000 and I still have some unsold items. I have an entire playlist dedicated to this challenge, full with what sold videos and sourcing videos. So I highly recommend you view the entire playlist. Not exactly every item that I picked up got into a thrift haul video, so I apologize for that. It was just a timing issue. I needed to be able to list these things and not wait on making a thrift haul for them. But almost everything got into a what sold video, so you can really see a lot of the progress. I try to be, as transparent as possible with what I paid for the items, what they sold for, and what the fees were. So I think my numbers will pretty clearly and quickly show what can be done with $20. So today's video is going to go over what my final sales amount was, what my profits were after fees, and what I ended up paying in cost of goods, so we can get a really well-rounded look at this project as a whole. I'm also going to share with you some of the items that did not sell and my top 5, and there were some pretty big ones, sales as part of this challenge. So let's get into it. All right, so the goal is to make $1,000 in sales, and I ended up making $1,277 in sales, all from that $20 initial investment. So that has me feeling pretty good. My earnings after fees were $1,080. So if my sales were $1,277 and after fees I made $1,080, then that means on average I paid about 15% to whatever platform I was selling it on. That's really not bad considering Poshmark is 20%, eBay ranges, Mercari is like, I don't know what Mercari is anymore, 12%, a little bit more. So I think one of the reasons I was able to get that down is because actually Poshmark was not my highest performing platform, so I didn't on average pay their high fees. There were a couple direct sales in the mix and a couple sales on Whatnot, which has, I think, a slightly lower fee too. So that's kind of cool. I'm happy with those numbers, and a 15% average maybe is a way that you can plan ahead too on how to kind of project the profits that you're going to get. The total cost of goods that I invested in this project was $224.29. And honestly, I could have gone sourcing more frequently. And of course, I definitely could have listed more frequently to more quickly make that money back. But I, again, am part-time and kind of had a limited schedule to even go sourcing in the first place. I tried to be really frugal with the cost of goods. In fact, you know what? I should calculate how many items I ended up picking up versus my cost of goods, and we can get an average cost of goods. So let me do that for you real quick. Okay, so I ended up with 75 items, which means that on average I paid $2.99 per item. So that definitely shows that kind of thrift store pricing versus the dollar yard sale pricing. An average of $2.99, that's pretty good. I definitely would like to find a way to decrease my cost of goods, and people can do that by going to the bins, by going to yard sales and estate sales more, but $2.99, I think that's a pretty good average. All right, so then if my earnings after fees was $10.80 and I paid $224.29 for my cost of goods, then that means my actual profit was $855.71. So even after fees and cost of goods, I almost still hit the $1,000 mark, even though that was my sales goal, not necessarily my end profits goal. So now I will quickly run through what some of the duds were, and you know what, I'm not even going to glorify them with having their picture on the screen. I'm just going to read through my list real quick to kind of share some of the items that were in the thrift haul videos in this playlist that I picked up, you probably saw in the haul. For whatever reason, I couldn't quite get it to sell, so I'm going to run through those, and this is just a way for you to know that everyone makes bad buys. And maybe these things will sell in 6 months, and today was just not their day. But I'm going to share that with you, so that way if you watch those hauls, you won't be like, "Woo, I should have picked that up because Chelsea got it," because so far for me, it hasn't sold. All right, so I'm happy to report that from my first haul video where I paid $1 for every item in that video, everything has sold. But after that, things got a little shaky. My second haul video, which was a few months ago now, it had a few items that didn't sell. Like there was this vintage short sleeve red horse, like kind of t-shirt, ruffle t-shirt, so cute. I don't understand why it hasn't sold. A Talbot's black cardigan, and you know what? I should have known better than to get that. I thought, oh, Talbot's, and I think it's wool, but it's just too plain. I think no one's looking for it. There was an Altered State button-up skirt that has not sold. It's kind of a mini denim mini skirt. I picked up 2 Harry Potter books, and you know what? They didn't sell because I don't know that I ever listed them. So I think I thought I was going to hold out or list them together. I don't know, but they did not sell. One item that did not sell was an Eileen Fisher sweater, which really blows my mind because it's black and white. It's a really cute sweater. I think I have it priced pretty reasonably compared to other Eileen Fisher tops out there. So I might just need to keep that one for myself. There was a brass owl necklace. Now, what was crazy is I don't think this was in a haul, but I got 2 brass owl necklaces. I think one was more brass, one was more gold tone. The gold tone one sold really quickly for $20 on eBay, but then the brass one has not sold. No one's interested. I don't know. Maybe I should relist it. Another item that did not sell was this little charm bracelet that had a little rotary phone on it. It's very mid-century cute. I think the reason that hasn't sold is because honestly, it's just hard to show in pictures what it looks like, but also perhaps there's not a market for it. Okay, don't worry folks, we are almost done. I have a few more items and then I'm going to share my top sales, and I have one that was 100, one that was over 200. Yeah, there are some good ones. Okay, jeans. Guys, give me tips on selling jeans because I'm on the struggle bus with selling jeans. So 2 pairs of jeans that I picked up, some Zara black jeans with a raw hem and some vintage Gap jeans did not sell. Also a J. Crew top that I picked up. It was a green tank top and a Champion brand crop t-shirt. It's a great mustard yellow. I thought it was a cool shirt. Has not sold, has gotten little interest. Alien crop tee. How did that alien shirt not sell? I don't know. Ruka hat did not sell. The Highlander hat has not sold, but I still have people liking it. A big surprise for me was the volatile sandals. These are like platform sandals that I picked up. Again, all of these could be found in thrift haul videos, or pretty much all of them could be found in thrift haul videos in the playlist for here if you're curious what I'm talking about. But yeah, those haven't sold and they got a ton of interest this summer, and I did list them while it was still warm, so I don't know why I didn't sell. The Doodle Bear did not sell, and Jellycat Unicorn did not sell, as well as the scarves that I mentioned in my most recent haul video. They haven't sold, or maybe that was a haul video before, but they did not sell, but I didn't list them because I had damaged them in trying to clean them. So buyer beware. Be careful when you're cleaning vintage goods, especially silk scarves. A couple items left. The antique mirror hasn't sold, and I think again my pictures don't really reflect because it's a mirror. Get it? They didn't really reflect how cool the item is in person, so I might need to take some new pictures of that. There's also an aluminum pitcher that hasn't sold, and then the 2 Halloween little small fry characters in my most recent haul didn't sell, which is crazy to me because we're in the middle of spooky season and I thought they were so cute. I thought for sure they would sell. The Zodiac plate, that was a terracotta plate, or maybe it's not a Zodiac plate, maybe it's just like an ancient Greek style plate. That one has not sold, as well as the Satan's Harvest book, which is valued really high, has not sold, and the vintage Lucky Jeans. So yeah, I didn't count those up, but those are the items that did not sell, but I have some gems in there. So let me go over the top 5 items that sold from these hauls. But reminder, if you want to see more what sold, this playlist has a few, so be sure to check them out. All right, so in no particular order, but of course with the very best one at the end, I'm going to share the top 5 items that sold, and we had some high average sales prices for these. So the first item I'm excited to share is a Bulls t-shirt. This is a vintage Bulls t-shirt. I sold this t-shirt for $65 on Mercari. I have to say Mercari was a really good platform for me throughout this challenge, so I don't know if you list on Mercari, but I would definitely consider it because I had some really big sales and a lot of quick sales on Mercari. So anyway, this Bulls t-shirt, I will have images on the screen for you of the top 5 sales. I got it for $1. I sold it for $65, and my earnings were $56.31 after Mercari fees. Next, also from my first haul, the Bulls t-shirt was from the first haul video I did. This item was also from the first haul video, and it is a pair of vintage Levi's. They were orange tab Levi's 912 slim fit jeans. They sold incredibly fast, if I remember correctly, and they sold for $80. I don't remember what I listed them at and I think I just got an offer and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take that offer. So $1 into $80 is not bad at all. I wish I could find stuff like that more often, more frequently. So after Mercari fees, I made $69 on those vintage Levi's. Oh, I love listing vintage Levi's. They are the best. Okay, sorry to be intense there. Another great sale, actually the next two are from the dump and run video that I did. So these you can find in the thrift haul that's on this playlist called Dump and Run. This is a Wedgwood trinket box. I sold it for $47 on eBay. Gosh, I keep having to look at my notes. $47 on eBay and $40 after eBay fees. This is a Bolo brand, y'all. Wedgwood, I had not heard of it, but it is, I think, very identifiable. When you kind of look at the picture, you see this is their general style with various shades of blue and green. So definitely check the bottoms of little ceramic trinket boxes and plates and items like that. If they have this look, and if it says Wedgwood, they are collectible. They could be profitable. So I also paid $1 for that item and sold it for $47, which is awesome. And the next item, gosh, the next item I also paid just $1 for. We have a low, wow, my biggest sales, I paid like nothing for these items. What does this mean? How can we compute this to like do this more often? I don't know, I gotta figure it out. But my next item are a pair of vintage candlestick holders. They were these kind of antique, made in Italy, brass candlestick holders with a lot of flourish. I listed at, I think, around $100, and they got a little attention on various platforms. I sent a ton of offers out on these items for $70, $60. I thought if I got 50 for them, I'd be pretty happy. Well, they randomly sold one day on Facebook Marketplace of all places for $100, my asking price of $100. So after marketplace fees of 5%, I made $95 on that item, and after the cost of goods, well, I guess my total profits were $94 on that item. I can't believe that it worked out that way. Just incredible, just totally incredible. And the reason I was able to find out what these were and what they were worth is by doing a reverse Google image search. So once I searched it, I was able to find some similar items that sold for over $100. So that's how I chose to list mine for $100. So those are my top 4 items, some real heavy hitters, thank goodness, really helping me get to that $1,000 mark in sales. The final item is actually one that I don't believe was in a thrift haul, but I did talk about it on Instagram, and it's not been in any previous What Solds. So this is a brand new item, and it should be a bolo for you. This is a vintage scream mask that I picked up for $5, knowing that vintage scream masks do really well, especially if the markings are Easter ink or Fun World Division. And this one in particular was Fun World Division, which makes it even more valuable. And yeah, I listed this on eBay only. I didn't even list it on other platforms. I listed it for auction starting at $150, I believe. It quickly jumped to $200 and then kind of got quiet. And right as the auction was ending, it jumped up to $255. Can you believe it? This screen mask sold for $255 plus shipping. I believe I charged $15 for shipping, and the buyer that purchased this bought it through the global shipping program. So they actually are in Canada and picked up this mask. So wow, that really blew my mind. What should I say to make it clickbaity? Scary good sales. I'm screaming for the sale. So yeah, definitely this time of year, I mean, really anytime you see Halloween stuff, vintage items can do really, really well. And vintage scream masks are, at this time anyway, still very popular. And the Easter ink ones, I believe, can go more in like the $40 to $50 range, but Fun World Division does apparently very well. So I'm very grateful and fortunate for that. So that I paid $5 for, sold for $255, and after eBay fees, I made $215. Can you believe it? So that's hilarious. My top 5 sales where I made such amazing profit, I didn't even spend $10 total on the 5 items. That just blows my mind. So it goes to show picking up some of this random stuff. I mean, look at the items that sold. 2 items were apparel. The other 3 were collectibles. And so that's a sort of thing that I love picking up. If you're not already picking up collectibles or hard goods, maybe consider it. As you know from my duds list, there's a mix of apparel and hard goods in my duds list too. So not everything's going to be a big winner, but with this particular sale, I feel like my instincts with hard goods really paid off, and I made the most profit and sold the most hard good and vintage items compared to the clothing that I tried to pick up. So it could just be a matter of those popular brands not being in my area, or me being a little too ADD to flip through racks and racks of clothing. I love seeing a lot of items on a shelf that I can sort through. So maybe different processing, but overall, super happy with this little experiment that I did. I appreciate you all so much that stuck it out with me. It's taken several months. Really, I hit that $1,200 mark in September, but it's just been hectic. So that's why I'm just now making this video. I hope more than anything that this video gives you some insight in how a little bit can go a long way with your business, how you can have a side hustle like this and really make some good money, and how just a $20 startup can really build into something special. Because if I wanted to, I could have invested more of my earnings into new items to list, and I really could have snowballed this a lot faster. So the options really are endless, and the opportunities are endless, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, that basically sums up this video. I appreciate you so much for following along on this journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.